Hello ATS 113 students, Dr. Shragi here, and this is the Reading Coach video associated with the 5th edition of the textbook. This is for the 3rd lecture leading up to the 3rd exam in the class. Hey, we're halfway through the course. Alright, for this reading, you're going to be reading pages 282 to 293 in your textbook. If we just take a look, this is going to be the reading about fronts. Obviously, terms like cold front, warm front, stationary front, occluded front, and dry line are all going to be very important. And in particular, these diagrams that they have on this page here, which is 282, are very important. Don't worry on page 283 about this business of the Pineapple Express. Continuing on to pages 284 and 285, boy, I would really recommend knowing these 5 numbered lists here on page 284 about the different things that you'll observe as a cold front comes through. I really like on warm fronts, I especially like this definition that they have here of this term overrunning. And I really like the diagram they provide at the bottom of page 285 that illustrates a cross-section through a warm front, illustrating the idea of overrunning. Make sure you understand that concept. As far as the next 4 pages go, it's kind of up to you. It's a nice example of a cold front. For some people, that's exactly how they learn things. They will look at these maps, they'll read the descriptions, and cold fronts and their weather patterns associated with them are going to make great sense. For other people, it's just not really how they do things. I'll leave it up to you as to whether that's a good section for you to read or not. It certainly isn't very long. If you wanted to read it, it certainly wouldn't take you very long. Okay, continuing on, the textbook has started to get into definitions of things like stationary front and then occluded fronts. Now, occluded fronts themselves are not, we're not going to be talking about them in this lecture. They're actually in the next lecture, but you might want to read through this section already and actually see these cross sections, particularly on page 291. That diagram is going to be very important when we are talking about occluded fronts. So I'd recommend going ahead and reading it now. In the same way, on the next page, as we get to the end of the reading, talking about dry lines, which are another type of front. We may or may not get that far today. It may be on the next lecture, but I would recommend go ahead and reading it now. Make sure you understand the concept of dry lines and what air masses are separated by the kind of front that we call a dry line. Okay, that's it. If you need anything, just let me know, and this has been Dr. John Shragi.